it's Jessica. So this is a video that I've been hoping that I got the chance to do for a really long time, and now I can finally do it because I met Taylor Swift, which I'm still not over. It still feels like the fakest thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Like I keep thinking over our conversation, like that's fake, like I'm making that up in my brain, it's not true, but I guess it is because it happened. I'm here today to tell you the story and like my whole experience of meeting Taylor and like all the details from like the whole thing, and I'm super excited about it. It was such a special moment for me, so I can't wait to share it with you guys, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it because this video is gonna be really long. Okay, so I don't really know where to start this whole thing, but I guess it kind of started when Taylor joined my Instagram live back in October. There was like a week where she was like joining people's lives, and she joined mine, and that was the whole thing, and I got to talk to her for like almost like 10 minutes and just kind of tell her all the things that I wanted to, and she was like talking to me. She followed me on Tumblr like 3 years ago, but she doesn't like my posts very much, so like I don't think she like knew who it was from there. But like Instagram was like when she like joined my live and was like, okay, like maybe she knows me. And then this summer she's like got back on Instagram after tour started, and she liked 5 of my pictures this summer. The last one that she liked was the day before the Nashville show, and it was kind of a post about like moving to Nashville and starting college, and it was showing all of like the Taylor things in my dorm, like there's a blanket down there, there's a Taylor picture right there that you can't see, like they're all over the place. So I was just kind of talking about like how she helped me through that, and she liked that the day before the concert. So when she liked that, I was kind of like, like she knows I'm going to the show because she just liked something, and I was like, I don't know, like am I gonna meet her? But like usually she like direct messages people like the week before, and then they get to meet her before the show. And that's how she usually like picks people to meet her, because you can't buy a meet and greet for her. She does them for free. She like picks people off the internet for like pre-show, and then the after show meet and greet, which is called Rep Room, she like her mom and her team like go through the crowd and find people, and they don't usually pick those people in advance, but every once in a while they will. So I was like, I didn't get a DM or anything, so like I don't think I'm gonna get to meet her, but like she better not be like leading me on, because she like clearly liked something that said that she knew I was going to the concert. So like I had a little bit of hope, but not like a lot of hope, but like something in my gut, I just had like a really good feeling about it, like because she liked that so soon. So the Nashville show is on August 25th, which is the 1-year anniversary of Look What You Made Me Do being released. So I kind of wanted to, like for my outfit, I kind of wanted to like incorporate that into it. So I wanted to wear snakeskin because like that kind of is when the whole snake thing like started, and like the snakes are like based off that music video. So I got this like snakeskin. It's a dress really, but like I wore it as a tank top because it's like super tight and short. And then I put a black like jean skirt over it, and then I wore like snake earrings and a snake necklace and a snake ring, and that was like my outfit for the show. And then this is my sign. It says 1 year of Look What You Made Me Do. And, like this part has like different pictures from the music video in it, and the other side says Look What You Made Me Do in like snake pattern. So that's what I was like wearing and having on my sign. I've been putting that on like Tumblr and Instagram with like where my seats are, like probably for like 2 or 3 weeks before the show, just in case like Taylor would come across it and like say that I was going to the show. Then the day of the show happened, and the Nashville show is such a huge show, and there were so many things going on throughout Nashville like the day before, and it was so nice because I didn't have to travel to the show, and I've never not had to travel to a show before because I live in Nashville now. So my friend Caroline and I went to all these things together, and she lives on my floor in my dorm, and we met the week before when we both moved in, and we both love Taylor. So we bonded over that, and we went to all this stuff like before the show together. So first thing we did was go to the Bluebird Cafe, which is where Taylor got discovered, and we took a bunch of pictures inside and like waited in line for like literally an hour, and I got super sunburned. When we were in line at the Bluebird, we got to meet so many people, and it was just crazy because like all these people that I follow online, and then I was just like seeing them in real life, and it was like crazy, and it was awesome just getting to talk to people. And then we waited in line for like an hour there, and then got to go inside and take pictures with a bunch of different things, and like see the inside and like sit in her chair on the stage, which was really cool. And then after that we went downtown, and there was a huge Swiftie meetup in the Walk of Fame, which is right by the Country Music Hall of Fame and like Bridgestone Arena. So we went there and met up with a bunch of people and took pictures, and it was super fun. We went back to a hotel room to cool down because it was like 95 degrees out, and I was wearing a tank top, and as I mentioned earlier, I got really sunburned. and we were very hot and dehydrated, so we had to get out. So we just went back and cooled off for a little bit, and then headed to the stadium around 4-ish, I think is when we got there. We left at like 3:45 and then walked over like the pedestrian bridge to Nissan Stadium. And when we got there, it was like a little bit less than an hour before doors opened. So we kind of like walked around the stadium and like met up and talked with a bunch of people, and we eventually found like the group of like people that I'm like friends with. So we talked to them, and then we went into the stadium, and then Caroline went on the floor and I left her, which was sad because my mom drove down for the show. So I was sitting with my mom, and then Caroline was on the floor. We like went to go around and find our seats, but I just ended up like meeting up with a bunch of people, like randomly running into people like throughout the whole like concourse area. I was just like running into people. People be like, oh hey, I follow you on Twitter, like we're friends. Or it'd be like someone who came up to me that like said that they followed me on Instagram or like watched my YouTube videos, which is super cool. And I just love getting to meet like so many amazing people. So I met up with people for a very long time, and then I went and got some food, and then went down and saw my seats, which were super close. So they were in 137, which was like the closest section of like the 100s that wasn't like obstructed view, and we were in the front row on the aisle, which is a good spot to be. So like we didn't have anyone blocking our view in front. It was a pretty straight view, and we were super close, and they were great seats. Charlie came on and Camila came on, and they were both amazing. And I was just like screaming and dancing, and like the only one in like my row that was like standing up dancing. And then Taylor got ready to come on, and they were just like playing some things, and we saw Taylor's mom walk from the stage, which I don't know, she was backstage, first like behind the stage for some reason, and we saw her walk like backstage. So that was cool, and she was like waving and like doing like a hand heart, super cute. And then her dancers and stuff were like walking around, because I was like right where by like the stage, like backstage like entrance, so it was like the gate, and then my seats were like right here, so it was super close to that. So I could see like all of like Taylor Nation and like her dancers and band and everyone backstage, and I could see them when they walked on the floor. So I saw a bunch of them like come out to go talk to people and then go back to like get changed. So there's also a lot of like Taylor Nation people walking through there. And I was in a very like visible spot, so like anyone that was backstage that was like looking for me or like looking at people like dancing, like it was a very good like angle. Then a couple minutes before Taylor's like supposed to come on, I hear a bunch of screams, and I turn around, and there and behold, Taylor was walking from the backstage tunnel to the stage, just casually. So obviously I died. And she was like taking her time, just like waving, just like hi, like waving at everyone, and it's like she was there. Then I started crying. First time of many times that night that I cried. So I was like, oh my god, like she's here. And then right after that, like that was while they were playing Babe, and then, which they don't usually play, but I guess they played it because it's like Nashville. So then Obsessed came on, and then Bad Reputation, which is a song that comes on before Taylor's come on, and I was like up jamming. Some people didn't know what was going on, but I was like, it's the next song before she comes out, and I was like freaking out, half crying the whole time. And then lights go out, and then the video starts. It's dying, and then it's like, baby, let the games begin. And then the tunnel lights up, and Taylor slides out. But I never had this angle before, so it's like right where she has her face turned when she's like, are you ready for it? So it was like a like straight face line, like right to like where I was, and I was like, ugh, like she was like staring into my soul. Not really, but like very close. I was like crying and screaming and dancing and like full of emotion, and I was like not ready for it, obviously, because it's just like when Taylor comes out, you're just like dead. I was like going crazy, and like I don't even know what I was doing, to be completely honest. So then Ready For It ends, and like the song literally ends, and then I get like someone's tapping on my shoulder, and like my first thought like wasn't like, oh, it's Taylor Nation coming to pick me for rep room. It was like, oh, it's someone like one of my friends, or like it's someone that needs to get into like the row. And I turn around, and there's this blonde girl sitting there, and then she's just like, have you ever met Taylor before? And I was like, what? I didn't know what to do, and I was like, no. And then she's like, who are you here with? And I was like, my mom. And then she was like, has she ever met Taylor? And I was like, no. And then she's like, would you like to meet Taylor? And I was like, yeah. And by this point I was like fully sobbing. And then she's like, okay, you're going to rep room. And I was like, what? And my mom turned down and looked at me, and I looked at her, and I'm like, are you meeting Taylor? Like crying. And then she put, it was Sydney from Taylor Nation, in case anyone like knows them. So she put my bracelet on me and then gave one to my mom and then handed me this, which like gets you into it and like says what section you're meeting in. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll see you after the show, like have fun. And I was just like, thank you so much, like fully like sobbing. And then I almost passed out because I like was like dehydrated and crying. And so yeah, and then I like texted a bunch of people, and then like Caroline came up and like when I texted her and we like cried together for a long time. And I just like I didn't stop crying for a lot of songs, and I don't like remember like the first half of the show because I was just like crying. And then yeah, the show was really good. She sang A Better Man on the B stage, and then Tim McGraw on piano, and then brought out Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, which was crazy and so awesome. So the show was like really good, and I will like never forget it, and it was like just amazing. And then the show ended, and I fixed up my makeup, which was a little bit of an ordeal because I had like mascara and like concealer like dripping down my face. Like it was so bad. So I had found someone with makeup and then used some others to like fix myself up so I didn't like look like a crazy lunatic. And then went and met in the section, and then Taylor Nation that gave us iPads, and we put in like our name and email and a bunch of information about ourselves and stuff. And then they took us down to rep room, and it was a very surreal feeling, and we had to like leave our phones and everything else like on this table outside. And then we walked in, and it was just really crazy to like just like be inside of it, because like you just like see so many pictures and like you know what it is, but like you don't, like it's just so weird. And it was like, people always say like it's so small, like you won't like imagine how small it is, but I feel like since I'd heard that I was imagining it to be like way smaller than it actually was. So like it is small, yes, it's tiny, but like it's not as like small as I thought it was gonna be. So they had like pizza and drinks and stuff inside. I didn't have any because that was very like shook. I didn't want to like eat or get anything on my face or anything, so I didn't eat. They had Polaroid cameras, you could go around and take pictures. They had the original Throne from the Living music video in there. They had like the Endgame dress and like the Delicate dress. I think those are the only two they actually had. They didn't have the other ones. They usually have like 4, but they only had 2 of them. So I took pictures in front of that, and then they had like this couch, which I didn't get to sit on because I was sitting on it, so I didn't get a picture on that. And then there's like this like snake thing in the middle that like has like the like top part like branching off of it, and it had like a snake and some pillows, so take a picture there. And I have like my Polaroids like here, so I have like a bunch of Polaroids from inside, and took pictures in front of that and just hung out. We were in there for like I think an hour before Taylor came in. So I was just hanging out, I was talking to a bunch of people and like other Swifties inside. I was trying not to like freak out. But I think at that point, like A, it felt super fake, and then B, I had cried myself out. So like it really wasn't like, I wasn't crying, and like I was just like more like in shock type of thing. Like I was very calm, which I was not expecting to be. So we took pictures in front of stuff, and then after we'd been in there for like an hour, Taylor walks in. And she just like walked in the same entrance we did, and she's like, hi guys, she's like, I'm so sorry I'm late, like it's just the Nashville show, so we have so many like family and friends here, so I apologize, but like thank you guys for waiting. Like the only thing that I ask is if anyone has like little kids, just like push them to the front of the line and I'll meet them first, that way they can go home and like go to bed, like no offense to the rest of you guys. And then she's like, yeah, so I'll just like start meeting people. So then she like walked in, and you could see through the crack like them like testing the lighting and like taking pictures of her. And she was wearing, well, you've seen the picture, but she's wearing this like jeweled top thing, and it was super cute. And it just like when she walked in, I was just like what? It was so weird because she looked so different. Like even when she just like walked in, like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's so much different than she is in like real life. Like or than like she is in like pictures, or even when she's on stage. Like she just looks like normal, but like perfect. Like that's the best I can do to explain it, because there's no way to explain it. So Taylor walked in, her mom walked in with her, and then went to the front of the line, and then Abigail, who is her childhood best friend, came in too with her husband, and then some other person that I didn't know who they were, must have been like a friend or something. I went up to Abigail and asked if we could get like a picture, so I talked to her for a little bit, and she was like complimenting my snake attire. So we were like, I think like 5th in line-ish, like the 5th group to go in, so it was just me and my mom. So then right before you meet Taylor, you meet her mom. So we talked to her mom while the person in front of us was meeting Taylor. So like she was just like, hi, and then she like gave us a hug, and then we took a picture, and then she looked at me and she goes, so they came and they came and found you? And I was like, yeah, and I didn't like know exactly what that meant, but like thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure she meant like Taylor requested meet me and then sent Taylor Nation to come find me, and then they found me, and that's what she like meant by that, because usually she picks people. I think that's what she meant by that. Especially because I got picked like right after Ready for It. Like if Taylor didn't like tell them to come pick me, I don't think it would have been like that fast of a thing. Especially because like the seat that I was, like they had to walk up in the concourse and like out back down my section to like find me. So I'm like not 100%, I feel like I'm like 85-90% sure that she like sent Taylor Nation to come find me, especially since there wasn't like people DM'd for a pre-show. Yeah, so we talked to her for a while, and then she's like, so tell me your story. So I just kind of talked about like moving to Nashville and like what I want to do, and it was kind of nice because it was kind of just like a prep for like me talking to Taylor. So I wasn't sitting there going like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm about to meet Taylor. Like I like got to like kind of talk through like half of what I wanted to say first. So it was like a nice like warm up, and her mom was so sweet and super nice, and yeah, it was just really special. So then the Taylor Nation lady like looks at me and she goes like, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. So then they like pulled back the curtain, and there's Taylor standing there, and then she looks at me, and then she's like, her face up, she's like, hi honey, and she went over and she gave me the biggest hug, and then she like let go, and then she's like, I know you from Instagram. And I was like, what? You know me? Like it was, I didn't, yeah. So Taylor Swift knew who I was, and that was fine. And then she hugged my mom, and then she looks back, and then she looked at me, she's like, you are so pretty. And then she turns and looks at mom, and she's like, isn't she like so pretty? And like stands back and like points to me, and I was like, Taylor, you're so pretty. And then I was like, I love this like top that you're wearing, and I like touched her sleeve, and she's like, thanks. She's like, it's brand new, I just got it. And she's like, I was like, it's very sparkly, and she's like, it is. And she's like, it had zippers on the sides, and she like turned around and like unzipped it, and then I don't remember, she said something else about it, but I don't remember what it was, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, so you can like kind of show the shorts and like wear it different ways. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I'm so glad you like it, like it's brand new. So then I kind of like talked about like how I like wanted to do music videos, and I was like thanking her for like influencing like my career choice. And I was like, my friend and I used to make music videos when we were like 10. It's like all of your songs, and that just kind of like got me interested in like video production and like the art of like storytelling and music videos and stuff like that. And like that, now that's what I'm like majoring in college. And she's like, oh, so you want to like direct? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And she's like, that's so great. Like there's only 2 female music video directors in Nashville, and like we need more. And it's just like, there's just something about like a woman's eye that like picks up things that a man can't like get. And then I was like, yeah, like you don't want, if it's like harder for someone to like direct a video about something that they've never experienced. It's like, we don't need a man trying to depict something they don't know anything about. And I was like, yes, queen, you stand the feminist icon. And I was like, I just moved here to Nashville like a week ago for college. And she's like, a week ago? Like just a week? And I was like, yeah, like literally like exactly a week ago today. Like it's been the craziest week of my life. And then she's just like, yeah, I bet. And then I talked about like my school, and then I was like, it's been so nice. Like I've like met so many amazing people already just like living here, and like I've bonded with so many people because of like you. Like there's this girl in my dorm named Caroline who like I've become really good friends with in the last like week or so just because over you. And she's like, oh, tell her I said hi. And then I was like, yeah, she met you at the like Reputation celebration. And then she's like, that's so great, like I've gotten to meet so many like amazing people this year. She's like, I'm so happy you're like one of them and we're finally getting to meet. And I was like, me too. And then she asked if we wanted to take a picture, and I was like, yes. Can we do like, can you like hug me from like behind and like put your head right here, and like we can like hold hands in the front? And then she's like, yes. So we did it, and that's the outcome right there. She's like, it was so nice to meet you. Like I'm so proud of you, like I can't wait to see where you're gonna go in life, and I'm just gonna keep checking up on you in like social media. And then she gave me like the biggest hug, and then she went and she hugged my mom. My mom was like, thank you for being such a good role model for her. And then she's like, oh, that's so sweet. And then she turns around and I like went up to her and I hugged her again, and I was like, I love you so much. And she's like, I love you too. And she's like, it was so nice to meet you. And then they handed us our pictures and we walked out, and that's me meeting Taylor and everything that happened that night. And I'm just so grateful that like it finally happened. Like that's all that I've wanted for the last like 10 years of my life. Just the fact that I like finally got to meet her, and like she knew who I was, and she wanted to meet me as bad as I wanted to meet her. And like it was just so special, and I'm just so like grateful that it happened, and I still don't feel like it's real, and I love her so much, and I'm never gonna stop talking about it for the rest of my life. So there's that. So if you want to watch my vlog, which has like video footage from like the first part of the day and like into the concert, that's the last video that I uploaded on my YouTube channel, and will be linked at the end of this video. So if you guys want to watch that, it'll be there. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in a new video soon.